It's...
Venti is large.
No, Venti is 20.
Danny.
Yeah. Large is large. In fact, tall is large, and grande is Spanish for large. Venti's the only one that doesn't mean large. It's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Honey, that's great coffee. It's
Smell good ground coffee.
How's everybody doing today? Sitting down. I'm getting ready to start doing some artwork. Before I do, I thought I'd do my little morning round. Say hi to everybody. Hi. Welcome to the show that lasts as long as my cup of coffee. I'm going to sit here, and first thing I like to do is, like I do in real life, I'm just going to look at some news. So first thing I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. Share screen. There we go. And we'll look at some cool stuff. All right, here we go. This is pretty cool. There's a 1986 photo of Gerry looking all punked out back in his bad boy days. Let's see. What's this one? Chuck Dixon. Man, Silver Age comics are complicated. Those aren't our bodies. We're not dead. Honest, we're not. Or choke. Maybe we are. I'm confused. Yeah, they were pretty complicated, Chuck. That's gorgeous. Parrot had shared this. This looks much nicer than what Harry Potter lived in. A little room under the stairs. It says, all right. That doesn't look like a 223. I think that's the 7.62 NATO Bushmaster. Let's see, nothing there. Nothing there. Well, I did see one thing. Let's see, where is it? There it is. That cracked me up this morning. Let's have a selfie like humans do. Yeah, nice. Let's see, what else can we get hold of? Well, we'll stop screen for a minute. And I'll say hi to everybody here. Let's see who's all here today. Lord Thoth, welcome, sir. Aaron Ratliff, good morning. Stone Pie Media, what is up? Marcos, good man. Oh, Monkey Jeebus is here. Let's see. When they roast coffee, it smells like spicy pizza. I've never crossed those odors. Alatara is here. Good morning. Good morning, Martin. How are you, my dear sir? If you want to jump in here, I can send you an invite. And we'll take care of that real quick. I don't want to tweet. I want to message. Where's Martin? There you are. There you are. Here you go. And before you go into dealing with the chat, you can say good morning to everybody. This would be like my version of Captain Kangaroo. Or Mr. Rogers when he says hi to people. Good morning, Mr. Feely. The lovely Sherry is here. How are you here? Sherry? Shouldn't you be on Twitter memeing perverted posts to everybody? um, and there we go. Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely Tuesday morning, and it's really good coffee. Ah, man. And just the right temperature. I can drink it without burning my mouth. Let's see, what else do we have going on today? All right, here's another meme this morning. Go ahead, share the screen again. Oh, why is it not sharing? What did I do wrong? Share screen. There we go. Oh, man. No worries, dude. I got this. All right, so what do we got here? Let's look at this meme. Exxon, regular $1.84, $1.89, 202. Just kidding. Those were our prices the day so-and-so took office. Man, a lot of politics this morning. Chicken legs kicking out. He died fighting a warrior's death. A warrior's death. Klingons do not laugh. Too much politics. Oh, man. Man, I was looking for some. Here we go. There we go. Thank you, Matt. Matt Kadish from Salty Nerd posted something that deals with entertainment. Why 100% support this move. O'Brien would make a great Flash. And I have to concur. I mean, they have to do something. They really do have to do something. Screen Geek says that Warner Brothers is considering replacing Ezra Miller as the Flash with Dylan O'Brien. And I do know that this has been something because of the reports we've gotten from Mikey Sutton that they're moving that direction. So it's either shelve it or reshoot it. That's pretty much where, as what's his name, the dude that's the Hatchet Man for AT&T at Warner. He moved onto the set and has been absolutely terrorizing people at the studio over what happened with Ezra Miller. And he's not too happy with Amber Heard's situation either. And you know, Ann Sarnoff and Toby Emmerich, we all know they're the people to blame for this shit. So Scribe Lights here. What's up? So glad I don't drive, don't have to worry about gas, at least not directly. End up paying more for everything else, though. Yeah. They should refilm The Flash with the new actor. Yep, exactly. I got a feeling they're not going to do it that way. They're just going to reshoot a lot of it. It's hard to tell, dude, what's going to happen. We're just going to have to sit and wait and see. Almost sort of like what we're running into with Doctor Who. We're going to have to sit, wait, and see, although all signs point to woke. All my internal alarms are going off. Good morning, PJO. Hi. Greetings, Aaron. Well, David Zaslav, as I said, when the incident took place in Hawaii, this last one, he was raging around the studio because he moved on to the studio a lot. He is there physically. And he was going up and down the aisles, the hallways there, and just fucking losing his shit, I suppose, looking for Toby Emmerich. And, you know, we know that Ann Sarnoff got her walking papers. We know that the reports are that we're going to say goodbye to Hamada come June. That's the reports. And we also heard that Toby Emmerich had signed himself a nice little new deal. But we also know that Zaslav hired some new people. And I think that those people were specifically hired so he could go ahead and fire Toby Emmerich. Give him his marching papers, say, don't let that door hit your ass on the way out. So, morning, War Monkey. How are you, my friend? Here's hoping David Zaslav cleans house. Oh, he's done so much, Chris. He's done a lot so far. We've already seen good showing of the Red Wedding that we've been talking was coming. So I think it's going to get even bloodier. And I think the bloodiest is Toby Emmerich when he is gone. I mean, we've seen cancellations left and right. So Zaslav might be willing to pay the extra money. No, look, they're at a loss right now. And he already sees, because Warner Brothers has been losing money and hemorrhaging money for a while under this, last management, under the last management. And it's time for everything to straighten itself out. And with Discovery coming in, we're going to see a change. Like I said, you're also going to see less contracted executives. You're going to see people in positions that are more akin to being called a czar. These are people that are brought in, do the job, and if they don't do the job, they're just quietly removed and replaced. AT&T has had it with these stupid contracts. It's almost how I feel about politicians that sit in Congress and the Senate. These guys have political careers, and I'd like to see them go away. Same thing with these executives who get in there, get posh jobs, hire their friends, and then everything goes to shit, but they keep getting a paycheck. And here's the funny thing, and we've said this before, both Keith and I, that they consider the studio successful because they got a paycheck. That's how these people's brains work. It's the same mindset as I'm not broke as long as I have checks. Good morning, Dragon Master. Hi, Natasha. I'm glad you're here too. Well, I'm doing a show where you're actually, it's the middle of your day over there in Europe. So it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, let me share something in particular here. Let me go to my notifications, and we will go to Scribe. Yep, there's Scribe. Scribe's watching, and Scribe. Oh, that's not what I wanted to go to. Where was the thing I was wanting to go to? This one. Here we go. So we got to go to this first one. Scribe posted. The one thing I haven't seen are arguments that it, quote, looks, end quote, bad. But looks were what made up most of the hype of the original, because when you get down to the actual story and characters, things get flimsy really quick. And I concur. Avatar 2 is another CGI cartoon, but a good movie? Shrug. Yeah. And he's, of course, sharing this. Film Twitter trying so hard to not admit Avatar 2 looks awesome. Well, it's not what anybody's saying. This is a stupid fucking post. That's not what anybody is saying. What we're saying is, and I said this in agreement with Scribe, exactly. Ask folks like this to describe Avatar 2 to you without describing or commenting on how it looks. There will be no response if you do, because this trailer tells you nothing. It just shows you pretty. That ain't going to get me in a fucking movie theater seat. You better tell me a fucking story and tell me what kind of story you're telling me. This is, shaking keys at a baby is what this teaser was. And I find it kind of insulting. And then Scribe replied back to me, the thing that stuck out to me watching the trailer and reminded me from the first film is how, quote, too perfect, end quote, things are. So tropical, such a paradise. I guess I relate better to, quote, I used a used universe, end quote, like in sci-fi, like Blade Runner. Yes, Blade Runner, of course, is my number one favorite film of all time. Needs some rust and desolation here and there. Yeah. Blade Runner, of course, was known as being a retrofitted city. Los Angeles, they couldn't build in place of things, so they built over it. And everything was retrofitted. That's why I saw shit hanging off buildings, pipes, power boxes. Sid Mead, man, did an amazing job designing Blade Runner. Morning, Keith. How you doing, man? Avatar looks like a freaking video game. Yeah, I don't care. Tell me a story. Exactly, Aaron. Exactly. That's the point. Ask all these fanboys and girls talking about the film so far. And it's like, stop talking about how it looks and tell me what it tells you. What's the story here? What's the story? There's no story yet. Gerry, do you think they will tell what the story is in the official trailer? Yeah, because right now we don't have the trailer. We have a teaser. And the trailer may tell us a story, but I don't know, man. They came out swinging with the visuals, and I think they're just that might be Cameron in the studio saying, "Look what we did! Look how far we've come." That might be why that teaser was that way. But if we don't get a story in the trailer, and it better be a good story, I'm not going to be interested in watching this film. I really won't be. Let's see. They should see LA Now. Yeah, what a fucking mess out there. I think it's a Blue People flyer. Yeah, it's the Smurfs. It's big budget Smurfs. 66 watching, only 14 likes. Well, people don't like me. I thought you knew that, Natasha. There's a couple new buildings they don't have in Blade Runner. I don't even know how to reply to that monkey. So let's look around some more. Let's get the notifications. Skip up here. See what's coming on here. Oh, that was nifty. No, don't care about that. That's our good friend Sean Crummell. God, I wish I could just share stuff from my Sci-Fi Universe special. From that's well, I'm sharing your stuff, Sean. Yeah, that's real, Sean. I like that too. My buddy Wiz. Let's see. Not going to watch that this morning, but I like it. Nina Infinity, excuse me? She says to this post, library apologies for hosting Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey. Hey, Monkey Jeebus, are you part of this? Is this your cousin? Is that your cousin? Oh, my God. Not interested. I'm still going to like it, though. I try to like a lot of people's comments. I think it helps with their algorithm. Good morning, Courtney. How are you? Oh my goodness. That is the coffee is really yummy today. Happy Eurovision. When May begins, other people don't care. Eurovision fans. Yeah. I'm the dog. Let's see. What is this? My buddy Paul. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Menace. What the fuck? Answered questions explained. Yeah. I'll be watching that later. Oh, that's nifty. Gotta like that. He looks like a dwarf or something there, though. I mean, Seth's not a very tall dude, but come on, man. Kylock Road, women from Northern Ireland are so beautiful. It's true. Tinny Howard exposes why X-Men comics suck so bad. Give that a like. You can give that a share. Polly has something to say this morning. Earned and deserved. Congrats. What is this about? Oh, yes, Mandy Summers. 10,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. Give that a like and a share. And I will like Polly's and I will share it as well. Because I'm that kind of guy, yeah. Don't care about football right now. Yeah, until football isn't woke anymore, I stopped caring about technically all sports. Man. I don't know. That's a good question. We can go there real quick. Oh, I'll have to do it under a different browser. Boom. Boom. Here we go. Let's go to YouTube. Oh my goodness, that coffee is good. Let me shut that down. I will mute that. And here we go. Let's see. Where is Natasha is wrenched, which is because she is a mod. I will wrench Courtney because she is somebody who should be a mod. Add moderator. And then the lovely Sherry. Add as moderator. See, is there anybody else here today that is a regular person that should be? Oh, Polly is here. Polly, you're so mean. Where did we find that? Where did he say that? Good God. I'm looking for Polly's comment. I missed it. There it is. That I do agree with you on. I do not like you at all. I love you, Polly. Yeah, when I'm in charge of the chat and trying to do stuff, I end up missing a lot of stuff, sadly. So let me get back in here and see what we got. I do love Polly. Aaron, what is Eurovision? It's a thing that I've seen mentioned in movies that I just don't I don't have an interest in for some reason. Yes. I was just talking to the wife about that because I played her both versions of that song, Du Kommissar, and she was unaware that, oh my God, I just forgot his name. The German, technically he's a rapper from the 80s, Falco, wrote and did the first version of Der Kommissar. And another group, the group that made the better known version of Der Kommissar, I forget their name offhand, they released theirs simultaneously because his was in German. They did theirs in English and released it in the United States, and it didn't do well. The band went nowhere. And Falco had a grudge against them for doing it, for that happening. He felt that they should have just released the German version. I don't think it would have done any better. It's a great song, but I thought that was interesting that he was subverted by this American band in releasing his song. So he never got a chance to release his officially in the U.S., which sucks. And I do like the German version. The only sports I really care about is baseball. Look, I love football, baseball, and any of the pugilistic sports. I watch pretty much only the pugilistic sports now because they're the only ones that seem to be politics free. I don't want anybody's politics on me, man. It's where I come off most as a libertarian when I'm not a libertarian. But I don't like people's politics being thrown at me and forced on me. enjoying my hot tea while watching One Cup with Gerry. All right, buddy. I used to be a tea drinker, and then one day I had coffee, and I realized that I'm a coffee person. I'm semi-regular. The doctor recommends fiber. Well, I got to tell you, I take because of my diabetes, I take a proper lax, clear lax with my meals during the day. It's once a day, and then I drink the shit out of caffeine. And between the two of those, they have made me feel normal. But in the old days, my dad used to tell me, "Got to have my cup of coffee so I can shit." I remember one time he says, "Well, I'm heading to the bathroom. Got to take a shit." And first time I made the joke, I said, "Maybe you ought to leave it instead of take it." Just saying. Yes, Natasha, thank you. Hello, Polly. Yes, of course. We all love Polly. Thanks for joining the T team, Sherry. Eurovision Song Festival is a big deal, but the U.S. doesn't take part. Or actually, honestly, Natasha, don't really even care. I think I don't want it to sound rude, but everybody has their thing. Every country, every region has their thing. And that's a thing that you guys are into. I have a tendency of not liking a lot of the music. So I tuned out. One day, though, I'll have somebody go, "But Gerry, you missed this," and I'll go back and watch it because we can go rewatch things. Falco was Austrian, like Hitler. Oh God, I can't believe I just said that. I'm sorry, Natasha. I'm so sorry. I was devastated when he died, by the way. I was a big Falco fan. He was edgy, but he was weird. There's a docu-film. I'm trying to get a good copy of it because there's an SD version online, a biopic about him. And man, I want to watch a good copy of that in HD. I don't care if it's 4K. I just want HD because human eyeballs can't see 4K. I think we see it only in 2K. After the Fire. Yes, that's the band. I just recognize the name. After the Fire. They stole Falco's thunder, and it pissed him off. And I'm certain they'll probably depict that in the movie because that was a song that he expected to be a hit in the U.S. I was a baseball fan growing up with Pete Rose gambling scandal and man, scandals have been in baseball. I mean, shit, dude. Have you ever heard of Ty Cobb? That fucking guy was a piece of shit in real life, but damn, he could play baseball. Wait to make sure I didn't miss it. Okay. But Austria, Germany. All right, Natasha, you win. Falco equals Rock Me Amadeus. Yes. Vienna Call. Oh, I love Vienna Calling. What do we got going here? I'm old school. I don't want to talk politics or religion when I'm watching two people beat each other's brains out. Exactly. I don't give a shit about your fucking politics. I mean, when I was a kid, if somebody took a knee during the anthem, they wouldn't have shown them on camera and they just would have not talked about it. So it's the networks too. It's the media. They're all playing into this shit, ruining, Brian, ruined everything. Yes. And and my thing about pugilistic sports, because it beat each other's brains out, isn't the violence. It's the controlled violence. I love people with skill. And when I boxed, and I did box, the thing I was known for with my manager, Bill Osterman, what he liked about me was that I was a precision hitter. I hit exactly what I was aiming at. I hardly ever missed a shot because I didn't take it until I knew I was able to get it. And I was really good at blocking. and parrying punches at me. So I usually got out of most fights with nearly anything. I do have cuts over my eyes, both of them, right here and here, um, from getting hit. But overall, I survived boxing with hardly any damage because I avoided getting hit. I learned to use the ropes. I danced in the ring. I loved Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, so I learned to move like those guys. Um, but I ended up going to some trials in Richmond, and I learned my lesson that I really wasn't into the boxing as a boxer. And I met all these kids that this was their life. This is how they were going to get out of being poor, and they terrified me. Was that in the song Rocky, Eye of the Tiger? I always loved that. It was such a great line. I wasn't boxing at that time. I was a young adult by that time that movie came out. But I got to tell you, dude, that's what these guys had, and it's what I didn't have. I was in there because it was fun. I was enjoying myself. It was a lark. And I broke my manager's heart when I quit because after that fight in Richmond, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. I'm wasting people's time, and I shouldn't be doing that. I felt awful for quitting. Yeah, I suffered horrible Catholic guilt over that. Let's see. It's about pitching music. Let's see. See if I can get caught up here. Gary, in relation to Falco, the name of the group, aka producer, was After the Fire. Yeah. You already said that, but I got that. And I remember, and it was their one hit. I'm always bad, dude. I'm always misbehaving. I never do things that people want me to do. I have been since I was a child, a nonconformist, not a troublemaker, just a nonconformist. Because when people tell me to do something, in my head, I question why. Why should I? I mean, my grandmother, when I was 10, said to me, "Now, Gary, you behave." That was my paternal grandmother. She was a sweetheart. I loved her. Seriously, broke my heart when I lost her. She would always tell me, "Now, Gary, you behave." And even as a kid, I was a smartass. I go, "I will behave, Grandma, badly." Oh, okay, that's interesting. No, I've seen that trailer, Natasha. That's the trailer. I know the one. I recognize that. That is the one that I want to see. And I want to see the full film, but I want to see it in HD. And I would kill to get a copy of that. I really am. I am a huge Falco fan. I thought he had a sound that nobody had at that time. He really did. He was rapping, and people go, "Oh, Eminem's the big first white rapper." I'm like, no, Falco was. He was doing it to hip hop music. That's why people ignore it and don't pay attention to it. But that's what he was. He was still a rap artist. Morning, Socks. Mjolnir, yep. Hammer that like button. I'm going to start moving a little quicker here. Falco's the sound of music. Aaron Ratliff, yep, the media has gotten rich and fat off spreading misinformation division. It's exactly what they've done. And it's hurt them in the long run. Good morning, Arwen. How are you doing? Yes, Arwen, Keith, 24, and I will be meeting this afternoon. Sadly, Sil, his work schedule changed, so he will no longer be a part of our show, The Scoop Zone. It really broke my heart. It bummed me out. That's why I didn't do an episode last week, because it really, I hate admitting to it, but I'm emotionally attached to people. And it really bummed me out when I learned he couldn't do the show with us anymore. It really just broke my heart. But I'm an adult still, so I took the week off, and we'll do a show this week. We'll be recording this afternoon, going over some new scoops from Mikey Sutton. Yes, we do. We're planning to do our 80s countdown from 1980 through 1989 each year, year by year. We're going to do the show. We did a version of it that I don't think worked very well. We ended up not delivering on the rest of the episodes. We're going to go back. Andre from Midnight's Edge and Tom from Midnight's Edge are going to be a part. I'm certain we'll get Polly in there with us too. We'll get some of our fellow YouTubers to jump in and do a year with us about the best sci-fi and horror. Fuck it, we'll add horror to it from that year, starting in 1980 all the way to 1989. And the 80s was chock full of some amazing shit, man. The U.S. is on the same path as ancient Rome. Everything happening today is in the U.S. happened in Rome before it fell. We are repeating. Well, that's the thing. The only thing that protects us, Aaron, is our Constitution. Republics tend to last longer than other countries. Democracies always fail. Every democracy in history has failed. Rome, in particular, was a democracy. On the other hand, Greece, one of the longest lasting governments, was a republic. However, it lacked one thing that we have, which is a binding constitution. And when you see people trying to break the Constitution, destroy the Constitution, remove the Constitution, what they're trying to do is destroy the country, because it is the thing that holds us together. It is the fabric that holds this country together and allows people to work, live, relate, and live, and seek, happiness, even though that's not in there. That's in another letter, because a lot of people don't know. Here's the U.S. Declaration of Independence was the equivalent to a breakup letter with Great Britain. This was the Declaration of Independence, was us writing them a declaration that we were leaving. We're like, hey, we love you, but shit's over. And then, of course, the Constitution is the divorce and how it's going to work. And that divorce needs to stay in place so that we're not answerable to anybody else. No world government shit. People going after the Constitution are big government people. They want a one world government. George Soros. I'm not speaking politics. I'm speaking reality. It should terrify every single person that loves this country and what it stands for. People, they like to attack and say, well, America, I've seen that video 100 times, America's not great. And they go after education and those things. And it's like, that's not what makes our country great. What makes our country great is we are a melting pot with liberty. We are a melting pot with liberty. We have so many cultures here that make our country great. And on top of that, we have liberty. People go, we have freedom. No, we have liberty. Liberty is more important than freedom. Look it up. So let's see. Aaron Ratliff, I'm Canadian, so I get it. But I live in Europe and watching it from here. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Keith, countdown continues until the big Warner Brothers event hosted by David. You better be earning Zaslav. I got to admit, dude, this is the first fucking event that I've actually been excited about. We've had tons of events from Disney, DC, all of that shit. This specific one has me excited. I feel like a child inside. Or maybe I ate a child. Who knows? The only difference between us and Rome is we have nuclear weapons. No, that's not true, Aaron. We have a constitution. Again, also, we're a republic, whereas Rome was a democracy. Big difference. Look, dude, this is the shit I went to school for. My father was a professor of history, and I got the bug because of my dad. And I learned this shit. And understanding government and how it works is important. And we are not a democracy. When I hear people say democracy, it sets my hackles off. No, we are not a democracy. We don't vote every fucking day on everything. That's chaos. That's anarchy. We are a republic. We have duly authorized representatives that we elect into office to do things for us. And when they're not doing things for us, we need to fire them. But that's the problem. We can't, because the term limits don't exist on the fucking assholes who are causing the most problems. It's not the White House that causes all the problems. Yeah, that's right. It's the other house. Yeah. Let that sink in. And I ain't talking for one party. They're both fucking problematic. Every single person that holds a seat that refers to themselves or their job as their political career, those people are dangerous, because when you have a career, you're out for one person. It ain't the other people, it's yourself. I'm glad I picked a large mug. Yeah, that thing's still almost half full. I've been sipping like crazy. Didn't think I'd be talking about history and government, but there we go. He keeps changing because it doesn't even know what form of government it wants to be. France survives. I'm not even, I'm not a faithful person, but I pray for France all the time. I worry about them. And guns, Gerry, we have way more guns. That's true. It's supposed, that's the one thing that was meant to terrify other people, Don't fucking come here. I mean, have you ever wondered why Switzerland was never invaded by the Germans? Because every citizen is trained and armed to resist. I love that. America won't fall. We'll take a few hits. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I see it. I missed what Keith said. Love science fiction and like horror, but I'm not a whore for horror. I'm into good horror. It's got to be good horror. And I like sci-fi horror in particular. America Won't Fall. Yes, read that one. Sorry. Oh wait, Natasha. Right. Yeah. Yes, but different countries. Well, when you look at the United States, each state is its own little government. It's very similar to Europe, but we decided to create what is called the United, because we're all each individual territories, and then it got pulled together as one united country. And it's very significant what was done. And in the creation of the Constitution, people have no idea how important that Constitution really is. It's so fucking important. Both parties are cancer controlled. Yeah, I have problems with both parties. I really do. Keith knows that, because Keith's more of a Democrat, and I'm more of a, I'm not going to say Republican, but I will say conservative, because I don't like the Republican Party. But the fact is we both get along because we're both middle of the road politically. He's a blue dog Democrat, and I'm just a conservative with some liberal views. Definitely when it deals with, helping the poor. I grew up poor. I know what it's like being poor. I know what it's like not knowing where you're going to get your next meal. I know what it's like to live in your car as a kid and as an adult. So I've never had anything handed to me. Never. I've had to fight for everything I got. Both parties are cancer. Yep, you are correct there again. Belgium is an entirely made-up country. I've said that before, Natasha. I love that you said that. Belgium is a province of France, is what I've said, people. It's just a city that got too big for its own britches. Stone Pie says, want to know what they meant when they wrote the Constitution. Read the Federalist Papers. Yeah, it's very enlightening if you read them. I think it's essential, because there was really a fight. A lot of people don't know this, that there was a huge fight between Jefferson and others over what things were meant when they wrote them. And but it's important also to not overanalyze things. That things that are written a specific way usually mean that specific thing. And when you start getting into the minutia of it, you begin to mold things into directions that you want them to go. And that's why I don't trust anybody, right or left, that says they want to interpret the Constitution. I'm like, fuck that guy, kick that guy out. He does not belong there. Yes, Aaron, big fan. Universal, a lot of people don't know this, that Universal got a lot of money from the Hammer films because they had significant rights to those characters and the looks of those characters. And they got that from Universal. So Universal actually received a lot of money from Hammer. And they kept the Universal monsters alive, man. And God, they were bloody. I fucking love that. And occasionally you'd see titties. I love that too as a kid. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Picked a fine time to stop sniffing glue. That's right. Looks like I picked a fine time to stop sniffing glue. Airplane, one of the greatest parodies ever made. And oddly, it's also a straight across the board remake of another film called 0 Hour. Scene for scene. And people don't know that film. And I tell people, no, go watch it. And then watch it side by side with Airplane. And it's freaky. Some of the lines that are in the original film that when done a certain way are funnier. And then when you see them in Airplane and go back and watch them in the original, you laugh because you realize what they did. I just got back from Brussels. Love it. Muscle from Brussels. That's all I think of when I hear Brussels. And I just realized Martin's in here, so I can stop doing that. Can you get us caught up, buddy? I'd appreciate it. I didn't know you had time. So I want to go over here. Let's see what's going on. I'm not going to go into the private chats, but we got some new updates. What's this? OG Star Wars. If the leak from Obi-Wan Kenobi series is true, good. Let it happen. Not like continuity and honoring the classical characters has ever been the focus for DLF. That's Disney Lucasfilm. Quit fooling yourself. I know Chow is the one in charge. This still applies. Masturbating. Yeah. I don't blame. Well, I do. I don't like Filoni very much. But I do like Favreau. I just don't think that we're ever going to get Star Wars while Kathleen's in charge. I guarantee it isn't going to get better. Doctor Who, yeah. See, interesting decision. Gotham Knights. Yeah, I'm not interested in the DC games. I don't play them. Doctor Strange meeting the Suicide Squad. Good one, Paul. He is the guy who damn near killed me last year. I got so caught up in one of his Easter egg episodes about WandaVision that I wasn't paying attention to my insulin injections, and I was afraid after I'd done it that I'd overdosed on one of my insulins that I take, and I had to go to the ER. I'm like, I'm no longer allowed to watch. I'm not allowed to watch Midnight's Edge, Nerdrotic, Doomcock, or Heavy Spoilers before or while taking my insulin. Speaking on the power of social media, so far, the son of a dictator and daughter of the current sitting president have the highest votes in the election in the Philippines. We need to talk about it privately. I don't know what that's about. You'll need to explain that to me, my friend. I should probably also ask Mikey and all the, my buddy Baum who lives in the Philippines, what's going on. Let's see. Yeah. Bleeding Full, the trailer for Avatar: The Way of the Water trailer debuted in theaters with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness the past weekend, but now Disney has made it available online. We wonder how many moviegoers were alive when the original was in cinemas. Good one. Our good friend, Fat Steven Seagal live on Twitch. Is that right now? Is he live right now? 18 minutes ago, competing with me, you motherfucker. I'm going to like, and I'm going to share that shit. Go. More Avatar. Yeah, he was the best part right there. Stephen Lang is amazing. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm not going to watch that. Yeah. Oh, shit. HBO is doing a Time Traveler's Wife series. Yeah. I got to tell you, I saw the trailer for that last night, and I was like, okay, I think I might watch this. I enjoyed the movie. I felt that it was very underrated. Let's see, Tabby Wesson. Hey, fam, would you prefer I start a second Twitter for political stuff? You know what? I'm going to abstain from that one. Calling all British Eurovision fans, Sam Ryder is the UK's first serious entry into. That just looks like Kurt Russell's kid to me. What is his name? Wyatt Russell. Monkey app. Okay, got it like that. I don't care about spirit animals, man. Unless that's the spirit animal. That's my spirit animal. My spirit animal is rainbow dildo butt monkey. Fucking insane. Yeah, we're getting into the minutia of other stuff we've already seen. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to hop off that and see if we can find something else to talk about. Star Trek. Yeah. Let me talk about Star Trek. After all, that's what I said I was going to talk about. And look, man, I watched the entire first episode. And I love the opening scene, though I caught immediately a problem that, no matter whether you're Starfleet or actual U.S. military, even though Starfleet is the military end of the Federation, the Earthbound military branch, they have Marines, they have everything. They are military, okay? And you are not going to let your hair hang down over your fucking emblem or your rank. That would be a fucking no-no. And they have a captain doing that at the opening of the film. Now, agreed, they were in private. And she was getting ready to leave Pike. But her hair clearly had been brushed. She would have pulled it up. So that argument won't work with me. You would not... In the military, you would get your ass kicked if you had your hair hanging over the epaulets that are on your fucking lapel, or over your name, or over the branch of the military that you're on. Because you have your name on one side, last name, and whatever branch of the military on the other side. And when your hair hangs down, if it goes over that or goes over your rank insignias, your ass is in trouble. So I had trouble with that immediately. I'm like, come on, man. Then we get to the Spock and T'Pring fucking. And I'm like, they clearly are ignoring what was established about their relationship and how it worked. There was no fucking between these two. Vulcans aren't vulgar. They are very ceremonial. They're very much about pomp and honor and all that shit. And they demean Spock at every fucking turn. I swear to God. And then give him the shittiest fucking haircut on top of that. The uniforms look terrible. It looks like they've got a uniform on, and you can see a hint of a T-shirt under it. And there's no collar, and without a collar, it really just looks like they're wearing an expensive V-neck sweater. And V-neck sweaters are just terrible unless you have something properly worn under it. V-necks are terrible. You need a shirt with a collar under a V-neck and not look stupid. So their uniforms look stupid as fuck. They're in the turbo lift talking, and then they just couldn't leave Mikey Spock out of it, and had to bring that up in a moment. And Then the turbo lift door opens. They enter the bridge. First shot, every single crew member in the shot female. And you can sit there and you can live on the river of denial all you want to. That was clearly a woke moment by Kurtzman. I don't know if that was the director's intent, but that was Kurtzman's intent. Because Kurtzman fucking hates us. He absolutely fucking hates us. We've made his life miserable. So any chance he gets to throw shit in there like that to take a dig at us, he's going to do it. Do woke shit. Overall story of the show was actually pretty good. I like the story. I love the best part of the whole show is fucking Pike. Anson Mount, man. Fuck that dude. Since Hell on Wheels, man, I've been a fan of this guy. Just an incredible fucking actor. Nobody could have been better in this part. They couldn't. And I like Bruce Greenwood, but I did not feel like he was Captain Pike at all. It was some different iteration. Anson Mount actually has the good looks and hair to almost match the original actor who played him. My name escapes me right this second. And he died young, by the way. But a lot of people think that, oh, he was the first pick for the captain of the ship, and that's not true. William Shatner was the first person picked for the role, but he was not available. And that's how it ended up going the way it did. And originally it was going to be April, Captain April. And it's Gene Roddenberry, Romancing the Stone. April is based on him. And but it changed it because the studio didn't like the name. They felt it was like a girl's name, so they wanted something more manly, and so they got Pike. And then, of course, NBC didn't pick up the pilot, and Lucy and Desi's studio paid to have another pilot shot. And this time they went more Western style, wagon train. And it worked. It was exactly what Desi Lu wanted and what NBC wanted. So they greenlit it. And then the new pilot they shot ended up being, I think, the third or fourth episode. It's the oh my God, I forget the name. I can't believe it. I'm having brain farts this time of morning. But just really good stuff that happened. And then, of course, Gene Roddenberry, being cognizant of budget, decided to not waste that first pilot and found a way to work it in. And it was brilliant the way they did it. The Menagerie, parts 1 and 2, is still my favorite Star Trek episode of all time. 2 episodes, technically, but it's one long episode. And I love that fucking show, man. It's great. So we go back to this, and I like that what they're doing with Pike, giving him PTSD from having been given the vision of his own death. Lucy was smoking her cigarette and was like, yeah, shoot your little science fiction show. Don't make me get up. And Stone Pie, yes, Stone Pie Media, absolutely. He is fucking great, dude. I don't like what happened to him in Doctor Strange 2. I'm not going to talk about it. But I will say that Star Trek Strange New Worlds pilot episode had if we were talking about Kung Fu, its Kung Fu was weak. Its Kung Fu was weak. But it pulled through because of Anson Mount. And I really like where they're going with his character. I don't like where they're going with some of the other characters because they're just going so far off the reservation. And it's like, look, man, you were given a roadmap. Given a fucking roadmap. Follow the fucking map. Is it that hard? Kurtzman? JJ? It's like Quentin Tarantino said when he was talking to JJ. Look, man, just because you did a variance doesn't mean though they're not going to still run into some of the same people and have some of the same stuff happen. And that's what I want to see. Well, that's kind of emotionally what we want from Star Trek. We don't want the one story arc over the entire season. We want episodic Star Trek where we get to see a story where our captain and crew solve a problem for themselves and for somebody else. The first episode, I really did like what they did. I liked what Pike did. I liked how he did it. I thought it was a stupid dig showing some of the images they showed, clearly political. But then again, Star Trek has always been mildly subversive and not going along with the politics that personally I follow. But it was always patriotic. Star Trek found a way with a Canadian captain to still be patriotic. We, the people of a more perfect union. Those words, if not for everybody, means nothing. And that's a quote from Star Trek. The destruction of Sparks is yes, it is. I'm pissed at what they did. It's insulting. They pushed representation so hard they actually made the crew of the bridge less diverse. No, they really did. But Kurtzman's in charge, and this is still Kurtzman Trek. This, no matter what you do, it is still part of the Kelvin universe. This is not Prime. This is not canon. In fact, there's no such as Prime. It's Kelvin or canon. It's the only two. It's either Kelvin, that's JJ's universe, or Kurtzman. They share it because he wrote the first Star Trek movie too, co-wrote it. So, William Shatner's from hometown. Your hometown or somebody else's hometown? Not sure. I understood what you meant there, Natasha. Oh, wait. In Capone's voice, Star Trek is dead. Starfleet is dead. The Federation has been burned to the ground. I want to piss on its ashes. Okay, there you go. That's Kurtzman. Who is Spock talking about when he said it? Don't worry about it, PJO. Just ignore it and pretend it was never said. It's a stupid fucking character, and it's an insult to Star Trek, what they did in Discovery. Martin Acosta Santana, all hands abandon ship. All hands abandon ship. Oh, sorry. I'm from Montreal, so... Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were from overseas. He dated my friend's mom. You think you're still... I got one. Okay, here's my story. It's my wife, Deanna. She lived in a small town up in northern Missouri called Mexico. And she was walking down the street when she was about 9 years old. And there's a horse stables. Huge, takes up 2 city blocks. And as she's walking by the white fence that surrounds this place, there was a man and a horse. And he was walking the horse at this point. And he's walking by the fence with the horse. And my wife struck up a conversation with the man. And all they talked about was horses. And they talked for a few minutes before, and the entire 2-block distance. And then she waved the man bye-bye. He said, bye-bye, little girl. And she went on her merry way. And she found out the next day through the newspaper that was William Shatner, who she was talking to. Even though she found out, she still didn't have any clue who the fuck he was. So I was torn when she told me that story. It was like, do I stay married to you or do I divorce you? I can't tell. I stayed married to her, however. Look, man, I'm going to give it a chance. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, Doctor Strange was 80% good and 20% not good. And it varied. That 20% varied from annoying, aggravating, to just like, why? Why did you do that? Befuddling. That's the word, befuddling. And the problem is some of that leaked into other scenes. So people were wondering, like, why did you give it a 6.5 out of 10 when you said 80% of the film was good? And I said a 6.5 because of the bleeding. Ruined some of those scenes for me. Even though I enjoyed parts of the scene, the overall scene was ruined because of stupid shit. And a lot of it was because of, I believe, absolutely religiously believe, fervently believe, that the shit that went wrong with this film was from the reshoots. That was Disney and Feige meddling. And I shit you not, I absolutely believe that. I'll go to my grave believing it. Stay married, but out of spite. Lack of Shatner knowledge is a serious thing to be. She was 9, so I get it. She was not a nerd like me at 9. I knew who Shatner was when I was fucking 6. So yeah. Oh, 70s rock fan in here? Oh, 70s. Man, dude, I really need to get a hold of you, man. I want to have you on next Friday, not this Friday. This Friday is our Chuck Dixon episode. So I've got a set panel. But next week, dude, I want to get you on Friday. Can you be free at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, US, to jump in with us next, not this Friday, but the following Friday? Let me know in the chat. Pretty please, motherfucker. You Scottish bastard. But I think we've gotten through the chat, and I'm down to the last swigs of my coffee. And it's gone. So I'm going to bring forth my good friend, Martin Acosta Santana. Martin, do you have your microphone today? Answer me.
Why?
Oh, there you are. I just thought it was funny that if you didn't have your microphone, I was asking you a question, telling you to answer me.
Let me be the strong silent type.
Let's see. Where does MCU go after Adam Warlock gets introduced next year in 5 more movies with Star Fox? Look, man, I think they're in serious trouble. Disney is in serious trouble. They're in financial woes right now. This is stuff that we talked about 2 years ago when they were preparing to start Disney Plus, and Netflix was buying the studio, putting itself into, I think, close to $3.7 billion in debt. And they're still in debt. They're not making a profit yet. And these studios are in trouble. Netflix is in trouble. Only thing keeping it alive right now is its subscribership. But how long is that going to last? Subscribership's not going to save them. Amazon is having its own financial woes. And it's like the saying says, go woke, go broke. It's been mismanaged. Every single fucking studio outside of Sony, really, because they got rid of the problem child there. When they got rid of Pascal, the ship pretty much almost righted itself. It was a slow process, but it really did. They have a few people I think are problematic, but the fact is they're working well together right now, and they're putting out stuff that's enjoyable. So Sony's a smarter studio than any of the other ones. Paramount's in the same fucking shape. Paramount, CBS, they're in serious fucking trouble. Hold on, I wanted to read that one. War Monkey Shatner is 91 and Patrick Stewart is 81, and Shatner looks better. Yeah, he does. It is. Although the thing with Shatner is he's starting to get the eye thing where the eye separates from the lower lid separates from the eye a bit, and it makes him look sickly. It really, because every day is a blessing to have him still here, and I just love the way he shits on people, or as I call it, shats on people. Yes, I want to get rid of lens flare Star Trek, and I want bridges to look like Star Trek bridges again. That's what I really want. They came close with this new series, but it still has that JJ feel that just annoys me. You do not want your bridges distracting visually for the crew. And that's what he does. They create bridges that are visually distracting to other people that are there. Lights that are too bright. Just very stupid the way they design things. Design with logic. Design with intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, I just worry about him. And I kept complaining about on his show, what is it? Unexplained, whatever that. I love that show. I will never miss an episode of that show. But sometimes he doesn't look healthy with the way they dressed him. And I think they need to have him sitting a lot. He looks better when he's sitting. When he's standing, his pot belly really sticks out and stretches out his suit jacket, and it pulls weird on his neck and makes him just look off. When he's sitting, it doesn't look so bad. And it's either that or he loses the punch. But when you're 90 years old, what's the drive to lose your fat? I mean, you're like, I outlived every motherfucker I was friends with. You know, why should I lose weight? Shatner is still sharp as nail. Yeah, he is. Wit-wise, fuck, man. He tears into these people. Nobody's writing for him on his Twitter. He does that all. You remember the show that he was on called Shit My Dad Said, based on the Twitter account of this guy's dad that he collected and turned into pretty much a book, and then it became a series I wish had lasted. I really do, because I loved it. Shatner was great in this part because that's Shatner. And I think that's why he got picked, because he is like that. He is just like that guy's dad on that show. God, I gotta go find a copy of that series. I fucking love that season. I wish they'd man, shows that really are entertaining and funny that don't get picked up. And then we get stuck with other shows that just are lame-o. Depending. Yeah, there's a caveat there, but I'm not going to go into it. Because joint health is important. And as you get older, your joints get stressed. And your weight should be consistent when you're older, because your body's regulating to it. I think that having excess weight on you when you're older is bad. And that's another reason why I worry about Shatner, because, you know, that's going to cause hip problems and joint problems. It's what I suffer from, because I got up to 650 pounds for a while. And I've lost almost all of it. But fact is, I still have 125 pounds left on me I need to get rid of. That's like, I guess you would say the size of an entire teenager or a woman. And they always do joke, and it's been made on some of the live shows, that I'm all womanly on the inside. I'm motherly, because I'm very maternal with my kids. I love my daughter so much, and I nurtured my kids. I'm the one that gave baths, did all that shit, did all the potty training. Let's see. My wife left when the PQ took over in the 70s. And look, we still have 97 watching, but I think I'm going to probably call this quits, because I got to get to work. I have stuff. I need to be doing artwork. And I know you're saying to yourself, I'd like to watch that. It's not entertaining to watch me draw. It's me with a tablet on my chest, drawing on my chest. And I might be able to share the screen, but I have a rule that if I'm going to cut corners and cheat, I don't want people to see me how I do that. It's tricks of the trade. And it's like a magician. Magicians shouldn't show you how they did the tricks. So I've always been funny. Although I've had lots of people walk in and watch over my shoulder. I don't mind that. But for some reason, showing it on YouTube has always been troublesome to me. And so I've never done it. But I guess I could do an outro here. I'll go to YouTube and show you a video. And by the way, Martin, the reason I brought you out is because I was ending the show, and I thought it'd be nice for you to come out and say hi. And I think, let me look, because I'm not sure if it's in here or not. Footage of me doing artwork for the movie No Better Place to Die. The movie with, it's being produced by Tom Hanks, Gerry Sinise, with Dale Dye, my boss, one of my bosses, as the director. No, it's not that account. It must be my Gerry account. Switch account. Go to Gerry. Where's Gerry? Here's Gerry. Hi, Gerry. Go to my channel. It's not there either. Which account did I put it on? I could have sworn I put it on one of those. Let me go back to Cohen's Ghost account. Oh, you know what? Let me go to Studio. Because it might not be a public video, so if I go to my channel, even I can't see it. All right. I'm going to find this video so you can actually see me drawing. It's just more communications. All right. It's not on that page. No problem, Stone, man. Have a good day drawing. Here we go. I found it. All right. So now, because you rarely get a chance to see me doing a sketch. So here you go. Add to stream. I'll let it take up full screen. And here we go. This is a video I made while I was storyboarding this movie.
Alrighty, so I am working on some art here. So I have a soldier who's coming up to approach another soldier who's hunkered down, hiding from enemy fire.
And of course, when drawing the M1 helmet, it helps that I know how all this equipment looks and how the gear looks that they're wearing. Bye, PJO. It was good seeing you, 70s. Man, you got to get a hold of me somehow, please. I really want to talk to you. But this is, this is me doing what I do. I could speed this up because, God, it takes a while as I'm thinking, I'm going to go to double speed. And what this guy is doing is he is leaving a hunkered down area in the story, and he's having to go out into the open under fire, live fire by the Germans. This is about a real battle, and this is about real people. And some of it, while I was drawing it, I got emotional and I have to get up and walk away because what I was drawing happened to real people. And it had doing the storyboards for this movie had a huge impact on me because no better place to die outside of the battle on the beach on D-Day is the single most significant battle on D-Day was this bridge that they had to take inland. And it saw some of the highest casualties outside of the beachhead. So there you go. I'm showing you how I draw people. This is the basic layout. And then what I do is I go in and I start tightening up the faces and the shading. And I pretty much, you can see how I plan this out in my head. And now I'm slowly moving this arc. I wanted to lay the scene out a certain way and for the dramatic aspect of it. And I do like that people like Dale Dye trust me when I'm laying scenes out. I'm helping them plan it. And I hardly ever have to go back and change things because they genuinely like a lot of my work. I would say about 95% of the time, I nail it the first time. There's only that 5 to 10% where I have to go back and make some changes. And it's usually not a lot of changes because they like the way I do my blocking. I mean, you look at that. Look at the blocking on this. You got the action coming towards you, all that shit. So, but Have a great day to you too. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thanks for dropping in. I deeply appreciate it. It's been wonderful seeing everybody. And I will, I see some private chat. What's this? 10 minutes. Okay, no problem. That was 11:24. All right, yeah. So we're ending the show pretty much on time, Branding. So again, I want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody in the chat. Good gosh, who all was here? Let's go to the beginning. We have Monkey Jeep. Che was here. Natasha. I'm scrolling. Latino Slant, Polly, Stone Pie Media, Dragon Master. Aaron was here. Thank you. I think I said Lovely Sherry, but if I didn't, thank you, of course, for showing up. Monkey Jeebus. Keith, of course, my partner in crime. Let's see. Courtney was here. Hi, Courtney. Bye, Courtney. I don't want to miss anybody. Socks was here for a few. Good seeing you, Socks. Thanks for stopping in, man. I think I already said Aaron, but just in case. Aaron. Yeah, almost out. Good chat today. Good chat. And of course, Martin, thank you for being here, man. You didn't have to. I deeply appreciate it. Arwen was here. She stopped in. I was very happy to see her. And of course, our good friend 70s Rock Fan was here. It's always good to see 70s. And I already said Che, but I'm going to go ahead and say his full name. Cavatino Cavalryman Che was here. Good friend. Zachariah. Yes, Zachariah was here. And let me see. I don't think I missed any. PJO. Yes, PJO. Thank you for dropping in, everybody. Aaron, again, thanks a lot. Peace to you too. I guess this is it. Have a great day today. And I will probably, don't forget tonight, I will be on Toxic Tuesday with 32 Flavors and Nick Weiser and the gang. I think Tom from Midnight's Edge will be there. Yeti's doing a new video. I don't know. He might be there. I think 70s will be there. Please be there, 70s. I really want to talk to you. Everybody have a great day today. See you tonight on Toxic Tuesday, and peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and channel. Also, please leave a comment, and we'd like to know what you thought of the episode, as well as letting us know if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
Thank you.